Let's talk about some of the most important functions in the dplyr package, which is one of the most popular R packages for manipulating data frames. The table below summarizes some of the most important functions or verbs that are used to manipulate the data frames, and also the aspect of the data frame that it manipulates, and then the overall purpose. So the filter function applies to the rows of a tibble or a data frame, and it selects the rows of the data frame based on some sort of logical statement. The slice function is similar to the filter function in that it also applies to the rows of a data frame, but it selects rows based on position or some other property that you specify. The arrange function applies to the rows of a data frame, and it organizes them or reorders them based on some property that you specify. The group by function also applies to rows, and it groups a collection of rows hierarchically based on one or more variables. The summarize function really applies to a group of rows that you have specified in a group underscore by function, and it produces some sort of summarizing value or values based on some functions that you're going to specify in the summarize function. If we want to start manipulating the columns of a data frame, we can use the select function, which is used to select columns of a data frame based on a logical statement, column name, etc. We can use the rename function to change the column names of a data frame. The mutate function is used to either modify an existing column or create a new column based on some function that you specify. And the relocate function can be used to reorder the columns of a data frame. When providing an overview of some of the most important functions in the dplyr package, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the pipe operator, which is not actually part of the dplyr package, but the pipe operator is so commonly used in the context of dplyr verbs that it would be easy to think it actually was native to the dplyr package. So the pipe operator is the quotient symbol, greater than symbol, quotient symbol, and it's a very popular approach for piping an object or information into the first argument, usually, of some other function. The pipe operator was actually introduced by the magrittr package in 2014, and it is extremely popular in the tidyverse. And the reason it's so useful is that you can string a sequence of operations together in a very readable way. So it's very easy to read what is being done with the dplyr package or with other tidyverse functions sequentially one after the other. I do want to note that in R version 4.1, which is only coming out in maybe a month or so, there's actually going to be a native pipe that's introduced. And instead of being quotient greater than quotient, it's going to be vertical bar greater than, and that may be a better choice moving forward. It's going to be native to R statistical software, it's going to be faster, and there are some other cool things like anonymous functions that it does in a very sensible way. So I would recommend, if you're viewing this video in the future, thinking about how to string these operations together using the native pipe operator, which should work very similarly to the magrittr pipe operator.